I am Brian Russell, and this is Walking and Talking Spirituality. Today, I'm asking myself a simple question and want us to think about it together. How is my soul? How is my soul really doing? When we ask ourselves a question, at least for me, it's really easy just to list off a whole bunch of things that would show that my soul is doing really well. But that's the irony of the question, right? When you have to point to external things to kind of demonstrate that your soul's good, then maybe that's a signal that it really isn't, right? Gerald May has a great little book that, if you've never read it, I'd really recommend it. It's called Addiction and Grace. And it's not really even a book about addiction per se. It's really a book about transformation and change. And he has a quotation that's powerful in that book. He says, how we view ourselves at any given moment may not reflect who we really are. Or something to that effect. If you look at the notes, I'll have the exact quote down. But how we view ourselves at any moment may not really be who we truly are. I like that quote because it invites me to ask a deeper question when I ask, how is it with my soul? The key thing is, who am I really? And that pushes against really the three deep fears or anxieties that most people struggle with. And you'll probably resonate with one of these. It's those three statements that I'm not enough. In other words, I'm not good enough the way I am, and that's shame. Or I don't do enough. So there's this guilt, this false guilt that somehow I'm not doing enough and therefore not worthy of love, whether it's love of other people or even God's love. And then there's that I don't have enough. It's a fear that this world isn't abundant. It's a fear that I really don't have enough. And if you think about those three things, imagine what the world around us right now in quarantine feels like. How many people, due to job loss or just for real reasons, overcome with that idea that I don't have enough, which causes us to grasp, which causes us to carry that baggage into our dealings with other people. How many pastors, and I'm really speaking to myself here, and spiritual leaders, though doing more than ever to put things online, are feeling like they don't do enough right now, that they don't do enough. And so there's this guilt that we live with. And then, again, the core identity that I'm not enough, that somehow deep down on the inside we have this shame that we're not good enough and that we're going to get found out some way. So when I ask myself, how's my soul? That's a deeper question that points me to how does God actually see me? Do I recognize that I'm just loved unconditionally, or as Paul Tillich said, have I accepted the fact that I'm unconditionally accepted? That's the place where freedom happens, friends. That's when I talk about deep dive spirituality, what I'm really getting at, that place where we can be truly ourselves, be ambassadors of abundance, not try to earn love, but essentially allow love to flow through us as we grow in that love for ourselves, for our neighbor, and for God. As Bernard of Clairvaux says, that the highest level of love is learning to love yourself for the sake of God. So how is your soul? And how do you figure that out? Well, here at Deep Dive, those of you who've watched any of my videos know that I'm a big proponent of centering prayer, sitting in silence with God. I'm a big proponent of doing an intentional journaling practice that lets us penetrate into the depths of what's really bothering us. You can check that on other videos. And then another thing that's really been helpful in my life is having people who'll tell me the truth, who can tell when I'm having a tough day and can challenge me on it. Whether that's your life partner, good friends, or people that you've just agreed to be in intentional community with, look for that for yourself. So how is your soul? How is your soul really? Thanks for taking a walk with me, and until next time, live by faith, be known by love, and be a voice of hope in a world that desperately needs it.